You might be new to running, you might be a seasoned runner. You might once have had a burning passion for the sport and now you've lost that spark. One way or another, you've found your way to this video, how to improve your running. So let's talk about just that. I'm Average Dom Slim. My running journey is fairly simple. I started running pretty late in life as an activity to keep my mind at peace and to keep fit. I generally ran 3 times a week, but I would stop running for long periods of time to focus on other things like gym or soccer. I found it really easy to love running when I did it. I know it's not the same for everyone. I was naturally not bad at it. I didn't really improve much, but I really enjoyed myself. In the last year or so though, I started to see some improvements. I moved to the Gold Coast, I joined a running group, and more experienced runners were telling me, "Son, you've got potential if you start doing things properly." So I started learning all about running and I increased my mileage significantly. And then I started to see huge improvements. So here I am today, now a running YouTuber, building a platform by running, learning, and sharing everything that I learn. I've improved a bunch, and I want you to improve too. So tell me this, where are you at with your running? I'm really curious to hear about who lands on my page, whether it's my loyal subscribers or you're stumbling across my channel for the very first time. What are you training for? Why are you hoping to improve? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I'd like to do this a little bit differently, and that's by sharing my tips as an improvement pizza. That's right, I said an improvement pizza. Now, often it's unclear how much weight is given to the different pieces of advice, the different tips that you hear from all around the place. For example, people will tell you, run consistently and get the right running gear. But tips are not made equal. You could be gifted thousands of dollars in top tier running gear, but if you don't run consistently, you're probably not going to see any improvements. On the other hand, if you run consistently, over time, you're probably going to improve, even if you're wearing your old high school PE shorts and a 2003 Casio watch. So the premise of the improvement pizza is to give you an idea of how important I think these things are. We start at the base. When you've nailed the dough, you start adding the basics and then more toppings, and you go from there. But you expect the impact to be more and more marginal. So let's go. Let's start with a thick sourdough base, consistency. I really believe this is the foundation to improving your running. And we're talking about consistency over weeks, months, years. I'm not talking about worrying about skipping a session if you're not feeling like it, you're too tired, or you're sick, or you're injured even. This is about the long term, being consistent in your training and patient, knowing that if you stick with it, you will improve. So when you're just starting out, start with 1 or 2 runs. But to really see improvement in your running, you probably want to be running at least 3 times a week, at least 30 minutes per run. Find out which days work best for you in your schedule, morning or night, weekends, weekdays, and then try and stick to a routine. It'll mean you're less likely to skip runs and more likely to find a rhythm. I've been able to link together some really consistent months of training, and I want to turn that into years. And I'm hoping that year-on-year build will help me really get my marathon time down, among other things. See if you can string together weeks and months of good, thick, doughy consistency by building that base. Now the next layer of our improvement pizza is the fundamentals, the tomato paste and the cheese. This is the composition of the training itself. You can't make a pizza without these. To improve your running, you need to do good running. And you also need to have variety in your running regime. That is, not just running the same 30-minute loop Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week. We want to shock the body, shake up the system, get the heart pumping, make those legs sore. And how do we do that? Quite simply by running faster at times, running slower and longer at other times, and running stronger at all times. Now, getting into speed work is not only really fun, but it's also really good for you. You get to run much faster than you used to, but then you also get to take breaks. It sends the heart rate up and then brings it right back down. So if you're new to this, start with fartleks, that's speed play. These are great introductory running speed workouts that involve running fast for periods of time and then running slower for periods of time or taking breaks. You can also try working out at your local track and doing sets of 400s or 800s, which is 1 or 2 laps of the track. Running longer increases muscular endurance and teaches our body to become more aerobically efficient. Now there's a few scientific steps to this, but the result is increasing your running efficiency. When you do run longer, you should and can run slower. And this teaches your body to tap into the right energy source, fat. If you're burning fat, you can run longer more easily. Now I know, including hills in your running regime sounds counterintuitive. Why would I run up a hill? That's cray. Yeah, it is, and it's much more pleasant running on the flats, I agree. But it is much better for your running if you pop up that hill. Running up hills increases the strength in your legs, and so does running down hills. If you go up, you have to come down. So try to either incorporate hills into your long runs or find a nice juicy hill nearby and do some hill reps, at least once every few weeks. So we have a base and we have the fundamentals, tomato paste and cheese. So really, we have an improvement cheese pizza, but we could make it better. Now the next tier of our pizza is the toppings. This is not running itself, but the things that supplement or go on top of running. These are the enablers, which if you nail, mean you're getting the most out of your running regime. Run hungry. Now I bet you didn't expect me to say that when I started talking about eating well, but running in a fasted state, now I only recommend doing this for your easy runs, can be beneficial by forcing your body to tap into those fat stores, which helps with that running efficiency that we were talking about earlier. Or was it me talking about it? You haven't really said anything. Are you still there? So I don't run before my morning runs on my easy days. But note that I definitely eat before my sessions and my long runs. Usually peanut butter, honey, banana, and little Clip energy gels and coffee. Fuel for the running that you're doing. And afterwards, just eat loads of carbs. Take rest days to allow your body to recover. Take deload weeks when you've been increasing mileage and your body needs some respite. You can put more energy into running, particularly into your sessions when your body feels fresh. Sleep more. I try to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Not resting enough and not sleeping enough can have a huge impact on your performance. I used to swim once a week to cross train and I really loved it. Sadly, I don't have time for it anymore. I run 100 kilometers a week and something had to give. What I still do is strength training twice a week in the gym, and that includes plyometrics. I do specific exercises to strengthen my body for running, increase my agility and speed, and help with my running form. Eat, rest, sleep, build strength. Now we have a full pizza, a yummy pizza. But you want a little something on it, don't you? Now the premise of the add-ons is to make it a little more exciting. These aren't necessary for improvement, but they could make it better. These things zazz it up, keep it fresh. Now running groups are popping up all over the place, whether it's friendship, motivation, knowledge, structure, or even safety. Clubs or groups provide a communal environment with people who share something in common. Find new places to run, particularly with varying terrains. This not only has psychological benefits of keeping your running exciting, but also physical benefits with different terrains engaging more or less muscle fibers, increasing your balance, agility, and strength. Actually racing will help you improve, whether you're ready to go for a PB or not. Just being part of the events, from the atmosphere to the experience of running on a timed and measured course, it's gonna help you be a better runner. And again, it's really exciting. Big goals are great. I want to run a marathon. I want to run a sub 35K. I want to do a no-handed handstand. Small goals are necessary too. I want to run for 45 minutes without feeling knackered. I want to do better in my speed session than I did last week. I want to run without feeling like I need a boot. Dream big, plan small. Now the final tier of the improvement pizza is the upgrades. You're gonna have to pay a little extra, like cheesy crusts. They're fun, for sure, but are they really gonna have a huge impact on your running? I don't think so. Now there are lots of things that could be squished into this section. Shoes, ice baths, performance enhancing drugs. Again, that's not to say these things aren't exciting and novel, but in the spirit of improving you as a runner, we're talking marginal gains. My advice, focus on a really nice dough, a homemade tomato paste, and just the right cheese. The perfect selection of fresh vegetables and pineapple for that extra tang. And I think you'll have something pretty damn yum. If you, at any point in this video, thought about eating pizza, then please subscribe. I'm Chef Dom Slim. I'll slice you next week.